Hello everyone, I'm Rutuja and welcome back to Get Psyched. Today, as you can see, we have a very special guest with us.
Hi, my name is Rudra Ajay, and I've been part of the Animal Welfare Committee for the past 2 years.
So, today we'll be delving into the psychological benefits of adopting a dog. And if you're wondering why, it's because five adorable puppies are available for adoption right now. Before we begin, Rudra, why don't you introduce the dogs?
Okay, so we have five dogs, puppies, left with us: Cloud, Luna, Moon, Aurora, and Rain. And they're all five girls. They're dewormed and they're 2 months old, and they've been vaccinated as well.
Are there any puppies that have been adopted so far?
Yeah, so overall they were a litter of nine, and four of them have been adopted, three boys and one girl, and it all happened the past 2 weeks. The process was really smooth, and all of them are now in their forever homes. And I personally got to meet all the adopters, so I just want to thank them and thank you, AWC, for helping throughout the whole process.
That's wonderful. Now, they're obviously super adorable, so that should be enough of a reason to
Yes.
adopt them. But do you think that's the case?
I think one of the reasons is because they're indies, it's much harder to get people to adopt them, especially because people have a lot of misconceptions about indies and may prefer like breeded dogs. But trust me, they're so loyal, they're so adorable, and I think the kind of love you get from an indie is something like irreciprocal. Like it's so deep that I mean, you pet them once and they love you forever. It's like that. And these puppies deserve a home. They deserve to sleep in a soft bed and with food every single day. And obviously, AWC is trying their best to feed them. We feed them 3 times a day
Oh.
actually, but obviously, the love they'll get from a home is going to be different, and they all deserve that.
So, of course, this is one of the reasons you should adopt them, but what else? Okay, so the primary reason for adopting a dog is because they reduce stress. The interaction that you have with the dog triggers a release in oxytocin, which in turn reduces the release of cortisol, and this helps reduce our stress because these hormones are the ones involved in the mother-infant interaction. Along with that, there's also the mindfulness that comes along with having a dog. When you're playing with them, all you can do is focus on their rapid movements, um, their noises that they make, and their expressions, and just how bizarre they are coexisting with us. So that kind of brings you to the present moment. It allows you to take a step back and allows yourself to sort of be in the present, letting go of all other stressors that you may have in your life. Along with that, there's also the physical activity, the routine that you have to put yourself in because you have to care for a dog. And that sort of allows you to ground yourself and have something to look forward to every single day. Like, oh, it's 3 p.m., maybe I need to feed the dogs now. That's something you get to look forward to, and it takes your mind off of other stresses in your life. What do you think?
I think what you said was perfect, like, especially because right now I'm doing an interdisciplinary major, which is similar to that of a double major. And it's a stressful day, but, and even though I'll be so tired, I think about the fact that, okay, 3 p.m., someone has to get up, we have to go feed the dogs. But when I reach there, just seeing their eyes, seeing their barks, their tiny barks, and especially I also feed four other dogs who live around them, how they run to me and just show me that much amount of love and happiness just for feeding them. And I think it truly gives me energy. It makes me so much happier throughout my day. Like as you said, it releases endorphins, and then it just feels like not only do I feel like, okay, this was a good deed, but it was just the time spent with them that makes me feel that, I deserve their love, and that, I would not be anywhere else.
I definitely agree with that. It's the gratitude. I don't think any animal can express gratitude as well as dogs can, especially puppies because they're hungry every 2 seconds. Anything else you want to add?
Well, I can talk a little about the puppies. So, especially there's this one little puppy. It's a black puppy named Aurora, and she has been clingy since day one. So, if you pick her up, she will sleep in your hands, and she's like, if you put her down to run, she will run, take a U-turn, and come back and just sit between your legs. So, she's always been clingy, and she's been a quiet puppy usually, but I know that that's just because she loves, like, she likes soft touches, eye contact, etc. And I think taking care of her, just like if I feel really stressed out, I know that I just need to, hold Aurora, and I know she feels the same way as I do. Just that moment where it's just us both, and we're just looking into each other's eyes, but we both know that we care for each other in that sense.
That reminds me of this theory I read about how you feel sleepy when you're in comfort, and that's exactly what Aurora reminds me of. So, if you're looking for a sleepy, comfortable companion, Aurora is your girl.
Yes.
Another reason why you should get a dog is because it helps you build empathy. How, you may ask? Well, you have to learn and get accustomed to various emotional cues that your dogs might exhibit. For example, the flop of ears, the tail wagging, tucking your tail like in between your legs, or moving, or any sort of movement that they might do. You need to learn and you need to understand that. For that you need patience, you need empathy, and you need to allow yourself to put yourself in their perspective so you can really understand how they're feeling. You can't do that without allowing yourself to build empathy, which is something that they teach you. Along with that, you build responsibility and take accountability. Like when they're chewing on furniture and everything, it teaches you patience. I mean, somewhere I read it said that dogs have the IQ of a 4-year-old, and you can't expect a 4-year-old to know what to chew and what not to chew. So you need to use positive reinforcement and be patient with them, teaching them where what is acceptable, what isn't acceptable, and that's how you build a connection with them.
So I think I completely agree, especially what you mentioned about the patience factor, because well, I can talk about with Rain, for example. She's one of the puppies. She's all every time we used to, let's say, pick up another pup, she would very lightly whine in a corner. She would sit in the corner and whine, and first we thought it was for attention, so, or we thought that basically they sit inside an enclosed area for their safety, but we let them play out for like a few hours every time we're there. So when I thought maybe she just wants to get out, so we took her out and we let her play around, but she was still whining, and she would come and she would sit really close to us. So I understood that she just wanted that love, she just wanted that affection. So the minute we held her in our arms, gave her some belly rubs, some butt rubs, she was completely okay, and we just realized that she may need that extra attention. And she is the, what do you say, the smallest and youngest of the litter. So that extra food, we give her some extra food, and just that extra love is required, because I think she is that sensitive. And if you really want a pup who's going to follow you around the house and just stick to you all the time, a clingy, cute, puppy eyed baby, Rain is the best friend for you.
I guess Rain is really playing into the role of the younger sibling. We can very evidently see that. So, what are some ways that these puppies taught you patience?
So, well, these puppies and the other puppies actually, who are 1 year old, but I like calling them puppies. They are in the area with the puppies, and actually they were really scared of humans. I'm not sure what happened, but maybe they weren't as exposed to people because the area they stay in is a little further away. And I started feeding them last year, and there was a point where they would not come out to feed. Like, I would have to run inside, keep the food, and like run back out. And unless you're like 7 feet away, like maintaining social distance, they would not come and eat. So I think, like, for months and months, imagine, they never let me pet them. And you only one dog was really comfortable with humans, but the others would never let you pet them. But I stayed. I went for a year. I fed them. Me and a few friends, we would go every single day feed them. And I mean, one day one of the dogs, they just reached out to me. Like, he actually moved forward and let me pet him. And it was like the first time that anyone would have pet him in years, I think. And it made me feel like he trusts me, and that though that years of patience was totally worth it. So I think that kind of love is something I won't get anywhere else. That unconditional love, and just the feeling that he trusts me means I'm doing the right thing. And now I love going there regardless. And I'm still working towards getting the love from the other two dogs, but I'll be patient.
So it looks like you're receiving a lot of gratitude from each of the dogs, and I'm sure this fruit for the other two dogs will be just as sweet. Another reason you need to adopt these puppies is because they emotionally help you. They improve your mental health, they help you combat loneliness, they boost your self worth, and a bunch of other things. Well, you have a permanent companion with you, almost, because they're always with you, as she's mentioned. Some of them are really clingy and they're always going to stick by your side. They're loyal and they will indefinitely show you their love. Additionally, they help you with emotional regulation and allow you to be mindful in situations where it's really difficult to be mindful. They help you in various cases like promoting exercise and therapy, because you need to take them on walks. Come on, you can't not take them on walks. They're very productive. They're very like athletic animals, I would say. So when you take them on walks, you get that breath of fresh air. Even on days where you have no errands to run, you can just go out, walk with them, and it promotes socialization because you can also talk to other dog owners, and that gives you a great like rise to conversation about something that you both can relate to.
I think I totally agree, because having a routine with these dogs will really help you also set, because you know that every day in your life that time is donated to them, and you are devoted to their well-being as well in that time. And so it's a break, honestly it's a break. And like, you know how it's really important to have a routine otherwise in life.
Right.
So having at least that one constant thing can help you maybe start off everything from there. In other senses, with mental well-being, well, when I first moved to college, I was actually really scared of dogs. And I think the campus dogs are the reason why now I am okay with a dog walking past me and I don't freak out. And I mean, the opposite, I would like probably go pet them. And honestly, in the first year, maybe, I know a lot of people who were homesick. I was really homesick, and having these dogs around you was like, okay, I need a break. I need to go and pet a dog. It was literally, there were nights where my friend and I would go eat dinner, and then we'll be like, you know what, we should just take a round around campus and pet every dog we see. And we did that because it's just makes you so happy. I mean, you can have meaningful conversations with your friend, but also give that little bit of love to those pets who are just sitting around waiting for somebody to come pet them, show them some love, give them some attention. And truly just petting them, the love they give. Even they may have never seen you before, but their tail wags, everything just makes you happy. And it truly, truly helped me with my mental health in the first year, for sure.
I definitely agree with that because this morning itself, I was on the phone with my dad, and what I saw literally melted my heart. I walked into Kalidas Amphi, and Bum, Chiku, and Junior, they were all just wagging their tails, and it literally made my day because it was 7:30 in the morning. I did not even want to be awake, but they generally just motivated me to get through my day. So, yeah. Would you like to talk about any of the dogs that promoted social interaction?
I think I'd like to talk about one of the puppies. Her name is Cloud. She's a white puppy, and she's really energetic. She used to have a twin sister named Bolt, but she got adopted and she's
Ooh.
now happily staying at home. But Cloud is still here, and she's the sweetest little angel. And we have an older dog who stays over there, the 1 year old puppy I mentioned. She was first, when we introduced the puppies to her, she was really scared. She was like, how do I react to this tiny little thing? But then, her and Cloud and Bolt, all three of them used to run around and play. And every single time we let Cloud out to play, she goes straight to that dog. Her name is Lily, and just plays with her for hours and hours. And I think it's so cute to see. And it just makes me feel like, especially if you may have a pet at home, I'm sure the cloud will be able to just be friends with them and, you know, be a good companion, not just for you, but for your pet as well.
That's adorable. So if you want to adopt a dog that you're surely aware of that will get along with other pets that you may have, Cloud is your girl.
Yeah.
Lastly, I want to talk about the social bond. I mean, it's very obvious that when you go out for a walk and anyone, especially me, if sees you with a dog, they're definitely going to come up to you, ask for the name, ask for pets and everything, and you can easily strike a conversation from them, get to know people, and allow them to get to know you. Because having a dog, I think, is an immediate sign that you are someone trustworthy. That's my opinion, at least. Along with that, I think when you have a dog after adopting one, you can definitely socialize more with your family. It brings you closer together because there's a shared responsibility, like who's going to feed him next, or who's going to take him for a walk, who's going to play with him, spend time with him, all of that. It definitely creates a level of trust and reliability between you and your family members, which brings you closer. Now, I don't have a dog, but I do have a cat, and these things are very similar because I can easily start a conversation talking about my cat. I can also talk to my parents about my cat and see what they're doing, talk about vet appointments, feeding her, and whatnot. Now, there are other reasons why you should adopt these dogs, and we're going to talk about a specific one.
So I want to bring up Moon. Moon is this really cute, pretty little gray puppy. It's a really unique color. I haven't seen gray dogs. And she's a part of triplets. There were three grays. One of them, Shine, has been adopted, was adopted last weekend, and he's now happily following her around the house. And every day I get like pictures, and it's the cutest thing because she's truly so happy with him, and he deserves such a home. And I want Moon also to, get that home. I want Luna to also get such a home. And I think what you talked about social bond, just talking, like if you go right now and talk about puppies to anyone, people interested in dogs are going to come up and strike a conversation, and boom, you're friends, because now you have a common thing. And that's, I think that's part of the way AWC was formed. And we have such a large group of people interested in dogs. Even if you are just like dogs is enough to be part of AWC, because you require a certain love, a certain empathy towards dogs for you to work in this community. Or if you love cats also, of course, this community is for that as well. And I think, like you said, it fosters such a close bond. And you know that if someone likes a dog, they may be that empathetic as you, and they may really be as pure and true. Because, I mean, dogs only, you know how dogs can sense, good intentions and pure people. Or, like, I've heard things like that. So, if a dog loves you and you like dogs, you should definitely join AWC. And if you think that you can make a change for a dog's life, you should definitely adopt one of our puppies, Luna, Moon, Aurora, Rain, or Cloud.
So, if you're looking for more social interactions, more reasons to get to talk to people, because another thing you can do when you have a dog is share care tips. Like, if someone's struggling with something, maybe a behavioral issue with their puppy, you can definitely share what you did to combat a similar issue, and vice versa. So, before we end today's episode, Rudra, why don't you tell us how exactly we can adopt these puppies?
So I think firstly you can check our page on Instagram, Animals at Flame, where we've put up posts of all the dogs that are up for adoption right now. Not just these puppies, there are other puppies, cats as well, that we put up for adoption. If you're interested, do DM us, or you can share that post to us on our DMs. There are also contact numbers of our adoption head Twinkle and our president Nishika on the post in the caption as well. So please contact us through whatever means necessary. Give us and show us your interest. And even if you don't have experience with dogs, we can definitely help you out. Usually you'll have to take an interview with us just so we can get to know you better and just understand why you are adopting the dog. We may do a home visit, or you can send us videos of your home. And yeah, we do have a procedure set in place so that we ensure that these dogs are going to good homes. Because there have been times that adopters have decided to not come last minute, and they've or they've been flaky, or they haven't provided us information, which is not safe because our dogs are just like our kids, and every dog deserves a good home to go to. And we don't want someone to return a dog or anything. You need to be completely sure of the change you're making in your life. But obviously, it's going to be an amazing addition to your life, and you should reach out to Animals at Flame on Instagram if you're interested.
That is all for today. If you think you can provide a loving home to our puppies, then definitely contact AWC. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so
Bye
much.
bye.